So hello everyone, I'm Aditi from MyOnlineShiksha.com, and today we have with us one of our knowledge partners, CA Uma Krishnan ma'am, who's going to speak on the topic what it takes to become a CA. So for all those who don't know CA Uma Krishnan ma'am, she's a chartered accountant and she became a chartered accountant at the age of 51, and she has been a mentor and a faculty for a lot of CA students. I welcome you, ma'am, on behalf of MyOnlineShiksha.com. Without wasting any time, we just directly dive into our questions. First of all, I would like to ask you. We are all aware of the fact that these CA examinations have been postponed, right? So, what do you think the students can do to make the most of these bonus extra months that they've got?
Before I address your question, hi Aditya, I'm so happy to be meeting you today, and I'm happy to be, talking to the CA students and potential CAs, I would say. Okay, coming back to your question, you were asking me about how it would impact this postponement of exams, and frankly speaking, the exams got postponed a couple of times and then it got cancelled. So initially students were kind of not very comfortable with it. Initially, of course, when the exams got postponed the first time, the students were very jubilant because they were getting some extra time. Got postponed again, like the thing is, sometimes when you have a lot of time, you do know, like when we are at school or college, we tend to study in the last moment. When it's a lot of time, you tend to waste a lot of time. When the exam was cancelled, it really impacted a lot of students because, those of you, I do have a friend who has cleared her group 1 and who is writing her group 2. So she was hoping to become a chartered accountant at the earliest. So the career and everything got postponed.
Right.
Again, in the same way, for everyone, for those students who wanted to clear their foundation exams in the May attempt and appear for, say, the inter exams in the next May. Again, for everyone, there is this 6 month lag. But then considering the COVID situation and the health issues and all that I said, I would say it is fine. And I would say it is fine. See, so there are things that I always feel that when there are certain things that is not in your control, just don't think about it.
Yes.
Try to make use the extra months. See, it is right now. I'm sure that all students have, again, once the exam dates were announced, there was this a little panic among students. Oh God, always that always happens. As soon as the dates are, students start, start preparing pretty well, and especially. This and next month, that is September and October, are very crucial because the last 2 exams before the exams. So last 2 months before the exams, I mean. So this is the month that where they can't study anything new. They have to start revising. They have to start writing tests, etc.
Okay. So revision of subjects you'll tell students to do, right? Yeah. So my very next question is, what strategies do you think are really essential for the CA students so that they can crack the examination?
I would say that though everyone says that CA is a very tough exam, I would rather disagree a little bit. I wouldn't say it is a very easy exam. It is a little bit tough exam, but with the right strategy, you can crack CA exams. So according to me, in my opinion, the right strategy is, in case you go for coaching, you need to have the right faculty. You need to have a proper mentor.
That's true.
If you can have a good study buddy like I had, that's really great. Because instead of studying on your own, if you have a study buddy with whom you can discuss and all that, that makes a lot of difference. That takes a good amount of studies. So this is one thing that's very important, having the right faculty, mentor and, study buddy. So altogether, I would say it's like one strategy. Then, of course, revisions. Ample number of revisions. Minimum 3 revisions. Then, of course, test. So you have to be thorough in the concepts in such a way that in the exam hall, you do not have time to think about the concepts. As soon as you see the question paper, you should be able to, attack it, start writing in a hurry. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Ultimately, it's not enough if you have multiple revisions alone. In the exam hall, in the 3 hours, what you present on your paper, that matters a lot.
Yeah, that does. As you said, the CA examinations are really, I mean, they're considered to be very tough. Like I've been hearing this since childhood. CA examinations are tough. And, to sustain in there for long is very tough. So, ma'am, what advice would you give these aspiring CA candidates so that they just hang in there, despite of all the failures, they just keep working hard? So, what would you suggest?
See, of course, another thing I would say is, so far, let me say, we hear about some girl who committed suicide because she could not clear NEET exam and such things. But frankly speaking, I may be wrong. I've not heard of a single CA student who died of suicide because they could not. Because this course brings out the best in us, I would say.
Yeah.
Teaches us to handle failure. It really teaches us to handle failure because I've been through that. I'm a person who cleared my CA's executive, CA inter in the first attempt. But when it came to CA final, I was, there were certain mitigating circumstances that was not in my control. So I cleared my CA final first group in the 4th attempt.
Oh, okay.
I did go through all that heartbreak and all that. But at the same time, I did know that the failure was not due to the fault of the institute at all, as many would like to blame. Because the 3 attempts, I would say, I did not give it my best. The 4th attempt, I gave it my best and I was able to clear. But it so happens that sometimes students, they give it their best. They do not clear. Then the subsequent attempts, they kind of lose, they lose that confidence.
Okay.
When, in the face of failure, how you respond to failure, how you tackle failure, that's very important. In the face of failure, you just can't, lose your courage.
No, you cannot.
Just dust it away and just start preparing afresh. That's very important.
Okay.
Just try to analyze where you went wrong. Why did you not clear? That's very important.
Yeah. So critical stakes ignite minds, you mean to say, right?
Yeah.
So my very next question is, it's said that you can give one group at a time for the CA examinations, like they conducted group wise, it said. So is it advisable for the students to do so?
I would say actually when I was doing my CA's executive, I wrote both modules. Groups in CA is modules in CS. I wrote both modules separately and cleared it in the first attempt. When I came to CA, I thought, okay, let me tackle both together. Back then it was 7 papers. I did clear all the 7 papers in the first attempt. So it depends on the time available. See, if you have just only a month, see, for example, for direct entry students, they are doing articles. So for them, they have to check how many days study holidays they have, based on which they have to decide whether they want to give one group or both groups. But for foundation students who are at home, who are doing CA directly without attending college, they have sufficient time to prepare for both groups together. And CA's inter students who are, doing CA along with their college studies, again, it's a matter of time available. I'm talking about CA inter here. So when it comes to inter, you can decide whether you want to do one group, each group separately or both groups together based on the time you get to study in the last moment, that is the revision time. But there is one benefit when you attempt both groups together, either in inter or final. See, there are 8 papers each. So
right.
4 papers, you are expected to score aggregate of 50%. That is 200 or 200. When you attempt both groups together, In fact, when I was doing my inter, 3 other students got this benefit. They had scored some 220, 230 in the first group, but they didn't score 200 in the group 2. So put together, their aggregate, exceeded 400. So they were able to clear, had they got that 190 separately in group, not cleared. So they got this benefit of, aggregate. Now, coming back to your question, when it comes to final, it takes a long time to prepare.
Right, it does.
Personally, this is just my personal suggestion because I did not attempt both groups together at all in final because of time availability in certain other circumstances. Okay, but when it comes to final, I would say you need a minimum of 4 to 5 months of revision time. If you have that time, fine, go ahead, attempt both groups together, you can.
Okay. So time is the catch here.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Ma'am, my last question is, can you mention any 3 qualities which are necessary for any CA aspirant to actually have those 2 initials ahead of their name? CA.
I don't get you. Could you?
Ma'am, can you mention any 3 qualities which are necessary for any CA aspirant to become a CA, actual CA?
Yeah. One thing is, as I told you, time management. Time management is possible only when you have the habit of having a proper schedule. I am a person, I'm kind of a bit obsessed about making a schedule. You wouldn't believe my May 2014 inter exams, I had prepared a schedule a year in advance.
Oh my God.
Before I started attending my classes, I attended classes just for 3 papers. But then, I always make a schedule. Then I keep revising it when I fall behind. But that schedule will always be there.
Yeah, you're right.
Making a schedule and trying your best to stick to the schedule
is very important.
That's very important.
Right.
Then the second point I would say, second quality that you need to know, need to clear your CA exams, as I mentioned earlier, revision.
Yeah, it's very necessary.
7 revisions you may not have time unless you skip an attempt. I've come across a couple of students who did skip an attempt to give the exam just because they wanted to get a rank.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
They need some extra time to make sure that they are totally thorough. Otherwise, if you're not planning to skip your exam or anything like that, 2 to 3 revisions pakka. That's something that you need.
Right.
And the third thing is, of course, writing tests. So these are 3 strategies rather than qualities. These are strategies. When it comes to qualities, I would say they never give up attitude.
Yeah, that is.
In the face of failure, you just can't bow down.
Persevere, that's it.
Then, of course, the determination and persistence.
Yeah, they are very necessary.
Qualities that are a must for a CA student.
Okay. Ma'am, it was so amazing talking to you. You're an inspiration in yourself and you've inspired a lot of CA students. And thank you so much for sharing all your insights with us with MyOnlineShiksha.com. And through our site, we try to reach as many CA aspirants as possible. So thank you so much. And this is for the CA aspirants out there. Do not forget to log on to MyOnlineShiksha.com and get access to Uma ma'am's lectures. So
thank you, Aditi, and thank you Online Shiksha for giving me this opportunity to address the CA students, and all the best. I would like to convey my blessings and wishes to all the CA students out there who are eagerly waiting, a little bit anxiously also waiting for the November exams. You will make it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. So this is Aditi from MyOnlineShiksha.com signing off. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you so much.